All right, welcome back to the channel. Max Tornow here. We want to talk about what predicts success. Over the last 10 years or so, I've built 2 7-figure businesses myself, as well as helping hundreds of our clients make their first 4 figures a month, then scale them up to 5 and 6 figures a month. So at the end of the day, I realize there's some predictors that people have in the beginning of their journey that predict how successful they'll be towards the end of that journey, or towards, being on that journey. So if you like the idea of being successful, maybe with your own business, but even if it's just successful in life in general, this video is for you. Pay attention. Watch out. Do you have some of these success predictors in your life right now, or can you work on those? That's what we're going to find out. Let's get started.
Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom.
All right, as I'm realizing the ice cream is slowly melting here at the office for the day, let's get through this. The ability to self-assess is the first big predictor of success. Basically what I mean, it's clarity in your intentions, clarity in your goals, and giving an honest assessment of where you are right now. All right, so what I'm basically saying is the following. When I look back at my journey, where I was before, and the life I'm lucky enough to live right now, it was only at a point where I was very clear with my goals, where I could start implementing things. So if you say, oh, I kind of want to be rich and I kind of want to have a happy life or something like that, it's not clear enough. It will literally impede your ability to self-assess. What you want to do instead is you want to really imagine your dream life, right? And this is something that we, for example, do with our beginner clients as well. We literally have them picture their perfect day, right? What kind of things they would have to have in their life in order to feel like they arrived, right? They made it. And that could be things like the exact amount of money that you're making on a daily basis or on a monthly basis, the place where you live, the place where you can travel to, the type of relationships that you want to have, and so on and so forth. You really want to be extremely clear and very vivid in that imagination. And what you do then is you go from there and you say, okay, let me backwards engineer it, right? Basically saying, okay, in order to get there, what do I need to do? So for example, if you say, okay, I want to make $1 million a year and I want to be free, right? So that's imagining where you could be, and I want to be able to live in Hawaii, and I want to be able to have 2 kids and my dream partner, right? Whatever it is. And then you say, okay, well, in order to live that free life, what type of business should I build, or what type of income should I build for myself, right? And then you reverse engineer it all the way until you are where you are right now, and then that is where the self-assessment kicks in. That is where you say, okay, well, what skills do I have right now that bring me there? And what skills do I need to get in order to get there? And what habits may I have built over the years that might keep me from getting there, right? Maybe the habit of having a bad mindset, of believing your environment of dragging you down, maybe not believing in yourself enough, not believing that there's a process, not being able to execute, not being able to come up with the discipline to execute, and so on and so forth. So how well you can self-assess literally will be a prediction of how well you'll be able to implement the things that you need to do in order to get there, right? And the thing here, it brings me to, it's the third point, we'll get to there later, is you have to be honest with your self-assessment, right? We always put it this way. If you already knew how to make $1 million a year or a month, you would already be making it. But since you're not making it, you don't know it. No matter how much you want to make yourself believe, no matter how much of a web of lies you're building to yourself, the results speak for themselves, right? So you really have to be humble enough to understand where you are right now and what your shortcomings are, because otherwise you'll never be able to build upon those, right? On a side note here, little shout out to my Instagram account. If you're not following me on Instagram yet, now is a good choice. Now is a good moment to do that. That's important for you because I'm doing live streams on there. I'm doing daily value nuggets on my Instagram stories. I reply to all DMs. Highly recommend. It's one of the best things for you to do. It's one of the best platforms right now because I'm putting the most effort into that. And yeah, highly recommend it. We're gonna put a link to the Instagram down below. Check it out. Second point, doing, not talking. There's a lot of people out there, especially nowadays with social media, that they are consuming all the content and then they're making plans, and they're at some point, I'm gonna build my own business and I'll do this first, I gotta do that first. They're talking and talking, they're not doing. And the problem nowadays, I feel like too, is if you, for example, post a status on your Facebook saying, I really wanna build my own business, or I'm gonna do this, people will give you props. They're all like, yeah, it's a great idea, you know, thumbs up, likes, and so on and so forth. And then actually when you're taking action, when you're starting doing, people will call you out and say, oh, you've changed, blah, blah, boo you. So it's actually interesting that the way we've built society nowadays, you get rewarded for talking, but you actually get hated on for doing. And that is a big issue. Now this kind of sounds like this like typical motivational speaker guru thing, be a doer, not a talker. But what I'm basically trying to say is you got to get ready for people to hate on you once you actually start to take action. And you got to be willing to do that. You got to be willing to piss a bunch of people off. You got to be willing to get into a little bit of conflict, right? Typical situation, dinner table, you're sitting there with your family, your mom and dad, your grandfathers, your uncles, your siblings, they're all doing 9-to-5 jobs, right? And here you are announcing that you're building a business, or you're in the middle of building a business and it might not go so well yet, right? And they're like, oh, this is bad, you should do that, you should give up, and so on and so forth. You got to be willing to get into that conflict. You got to be willing to endure that, and you can only do that by doing things and not just saying things, all right? Please understand that. It's about doing and not talking. Third point is the ability to let go of ego. And this is interesting. Every time someone comes to us and they want our help, we can instantly see how well they're going to implement things by how much ego they are having in their lives. And this is interesting because anything that you want to build in your life is something that you can only do when you have the help of others. Nobody can achieve greatness by doing it themselves, okay? Everybody that has been achieving greatness has had mentors, has had coaches, has had trainers, and so on and so forth. If you think you want to be self-made, you're a fool. You're childish, all right? You have to be humble enough to accept help. You have to be humble enough to accept criticism and then change the direction of where you're going, right? Imagine you're a sailor and you want to sail to the promised land, right? To the nice island with all the pretty girls and the good mangoes on there, right? Imagine you're sailing south instead of north and someone says, hey, the compass says you have to go this way, and you're full of ego saying, no, I want to be self-made, I'll figure it out myself. And you're literally not only not getting to your goal, but you're actually moving away further from that goal. And it's one thing to say, oh, let go of your ego. It's another thing to actually understand that, because when I would just talk to you saying, hey, let go of your ego, very likely you're going to be like, oh, I don't have a lot of ego. I'm pretty fine, right? I don't have that. I'm pretty humble. But, you know, we're all lying to ourselves. It literally is like that. If you'd ask me, I would also say I don't have a lot of ego. But it is more a question of certain indicators of how much ego do you have involved. For example, when somebody criticizes you, when someone points out a mistake that you've done, do you explain yourself? Or do you just take it without saying anything back? Meaning, when someone says, hey, you've done this wrong, you're like, yeah, I did this wrong because, right? You just feel an instant urge of explaining why you did that wrong. That's a slight example of your ego getting involved. If you would be 100% humble, you would just say, got it, my mistake. Let me fix it, right? That's just one indicator of ego. The other indicator is how much do you want to be self-made? How much do you want to get props for everything you're doing, right? That's again an issue because, like I said, you cannot be self-made. Everybody who's ever made it to anywhere has had mentors, teachers, and so on and so forth. If you feel the urge, oh, I want to do everything myself, I don't want to ask for help, then you have too much ego. And if you have too much ego, you're going to have a much harder time becoming successful, right? Now, don't get me wrong, you can have absolutely ego in an area of your life, right? For example, if you watch my stuff, I'm like, yeah, we're really good. I mean, our programs are some of the best out there, and this is probably ego involved as well. Obviously, we're backing it up by truth, right? You can see the results, you can see the testimonials, and so on and so forth. But at the same time, when I talk to my mentors, I'm extremely humble. And I'm also saying, yes, you're right, sorry, my mistake. And I literally trained myself to let go of my ego, to be open for the feedback, and to then adjust my journey, to adjust where I'm going, because otherwise I'm not getting as good results. Right? So you got to understand that. Which brings me to the last point, as I'm getting sweatier and sweatier here. Your environment. Your environment is a direct predictor of how successful you can be. Is your environment people who think small? Is your environment people who want to hold you back? Is your environment people who don't encourage you? Is your environment full of people that have already given up themselves? Blaming the government, blaming the system, blaming the market, blaming the economy? Is it more an environment of blaming and complaining and poor me, victim mentality? Or Is your environment full of go-getters? Maybe full of people that are already where you want to be? Is your environment supportive? Is your environment keeping you accountable? Is your environment pushing you? Is your environment full of people who are working on their goals? Is it normal in your environment to ask questions on how you can achieve that? Is it normal in your environment to be empowered to continuously work on your dreams and never give up? Which one is it going to be? Is your environment one, or is it environment two? You obviously want to operate as much as you possibly can in a positive environment, full of go-getters, full of people that are where you want to be, full of people that give you feedback. And you can now see how all these 4 points that I've been talking about here are literally grabbing into each other. They're intertwined. How little ego do you have? Because if you have a lot of ego, you're most likely going to push away the people that would be a good environment for you, right? How clear are you in your goals? How well can you self-assess yourself without ego, saying, these are my shortcomings, I do suck at this, I do want to reach out with my hand and say, hey, can you help me? I do want to ask for help, I do want to ask for feedback, I do not need to be self-made, and so on and so forth. So you can literally see here, all these predictors of success, they're intertwined. And if you want to make it in your life, in general, right? This is a business channel, but in general, if you want to make it in your life, then make sure you really, really nail these 4 predictors of success, right? And like I said, this is specifically important if you want to become your own boss, you want to become free with an online coaching or an online service providing business, you have to understand these 4 predictors of success. So last but not least, when you say you're ready to get started, when you say you're ready to let go of your ego and implement the things that someone tells you to implement, someone that is already where you want to be, then you can book a free consulting call literally with me directly or with an expert from my team. All you have to do is you click in the description down below or the link that appears somewhere right now and book that free consulting call. It's entirely for free, no hidden international costs whatsoever. The way this works is you click that link, it brings you to a page. You can read through the page if you want. There's more information for you to get started. And at the bottom of that page, you fill out the application, takes you 2 minutes, and then you can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. And on that call, we'll be looking at your situation, we'll be analyzing your strengths, and then we'll tell you the exact steps that you could take, customized to your specific situation, in order for you to get started with your own freedom business as an online coach or as an online service provider. You do not need to have any prior business experience. It's not necessary. Obviously, if you have it, it's great, but it's not necessary. If you already know what it is that you want to be offering people, that's great too. But if you don't know that yet, we can figure that out together with you on the call as well. So if you have a skill, you want to learn how to monetize it, that call is for you. If you like the idea of being free, but you don't know how to do anything or what you could offer, that call is for you. And even if you're already making some money, but you want to scale it, right? Maybe you want to go from 5 figures a month to 6 figures a month, that call is for you, right? So click that link down in the description below. Thank you very much for listening, for watching, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, we cracked 100k euros. Actually, we are very close to getting to 200k since we joined Freedom Business Mentoring. And this feels amazing. Like, now we have so much time and so many resources to invest both in ourselves, but also in the services that we can provide to our clients. Currently, we help experienced IT developers from Romania to move into freelancing. I want to thank Max and his team for helping us reach this level and for all their support so far.